What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Always great to have you here. Today's the day where I'm leaving Sydney and I'm driving up to the Sunshine Coast. Now, I'm going to do it in two stages. It's fairly a long way, about 1,100 kilometers, but I'm just going to enjoy the ride and share that all with you. Hey, shout out to all you guys that are watching the channel. Thanks very much for coming on board. And this video is for you guys. Even if I don't get as many views, there's some people out there that are following, and I thank you very much. You guys are very important. Shout out to Julian, good friend of mine, helping me out with the channel, which is really great. But yeah, man, this is the whole chapter of us going up to the Sunshine Coast, and most certainly there's plenty of fishing up there that are going to keep this channel so busy, which is fantastic. Really looking forward to that. In the meantime, closed out things in Sydney. Slept a little rough last night because I had already moved out of my place, and so I stayed at a mate's house, and I actually camped on his front lawn, which was great. That's what I've got in the back over there, just all my camping stuff and that all ready to go. And that's what I'm going to be doing when I get up that side for a couple of days until I sort my things out. A couple of things about the channel, which I'm really trying to get the quality up to the next level, which is very important. I hope you've all seen some improvements. Most certainly I have. Still can go up a little bit more, still can work on things a little bit more, which I'm going to be doing. But the sound situation, I mean, you know, when you're out there fishing, you're with the elements. You know, it's not like a studio that you can set up and then do a photo shoot. You know, you basically go with the weather and the wildlife around there and all the noises and wind and so on. And you just got to make do with whatever you can make do with, you know. So getting around that actually is a lot more challenging than, for example, me videoing in the vehicle over here where there's no wind and I'm able to talk to you quite clearly. But most certainly trying to get that, and I've got a lot more camera placements around the boat now. I'm trying to get better perspectives and so on, underwater cameras, drones, and just to give a better experience, you know. I most certainly like to overkill things a little bit. So one camera, one dude, although it's very effective in a lot of cases, to me just doesn't give that show. You know, I want to give that extra level. So I'm going to be working on that a lot. And there's so much cool fishing up ahead. I mean, so many more species of fish that come up the rivers. And I've been fishing the Hawkesbury River for a while, and you know, the Sydney Harbour as well, and a couple of the lakes around Sydney. Let me tell you what, man, there's no way that was easy fishing. That was tough fishing. It took me at least 5 years to really start getting some patterns together. Coming from the United States before that and fishing largemouth bass, for example, and some of the saltwater species that are out in the United States, I really got it dealt to me, dished out to me when I came to New South Wales. And I started off, obviously, with baits that were just way too extreme, way out there. And I sort of worked back to a point where I actually started getting some fish. And I like the bigger size of the baits. I'm like a Chris Zaldane is in the Bass Pro Tour in America. He likes those big baits. I'm kind of like that, but I can also finesse fish and bring the stuff down much smaller. But I have a whole bunch of equipment and rods and stuff ready for the next chapter. Lots of trevally, for example, mangrove jack, and then just some of the ocean species like dorado and so on coming in to the backwaters, and that to me is very exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to try and match up a lot of stuff to get those catches for us. So anyways, good stuff, looking forward ahead. In the meantime, guys, this show's for you guys. I'm just going to share a little bit of this tour going up the coast and enjoying some of the most beautiful parts of Australia, from New South Wales to the Sunshine Coast. So here we go. We've got a good 1,000 kilometers ahead of us now and a couple of hours on the road. So let's do it. Let's have some fun and welcome aboard. cool things that I've enjoyed about New South Wales is those beautiful rolling hills that you see up ahead, and just the beautiful forestry around here. You know, the natural resources here. Go son, look at that boat, man. Go son. The natural resources around here are just absolutely spectacular. You know, that's one thing about Australia that I really like, is the fact that there's so many open and natural spaces. Just look at the Ku-ring-gai reserve around the Hawkesbury River, for example. You know, it's totally wild out there. And, you know, coming from Africa, I used to be a safari tour guide over there. And, you know, you have to travel to places to have that natural environment, where here in Australia, we have this beautiful, just insane indigenous vegetation that just exists around. And it's just so well kept and it's so open. Although we're coming to some agricultural areas here, round about the Newcastle area of New South Wales, it's just beautiful to see, you know. Stunning, stunning place. So guys, here we are at the gas station, and just filling up at the Bowser, just putting some fuel into the vehicle. Things are going really well at the minute. We're about 400 k's in. Kempsey is where we are, and yeah, just cruising. You know, we're gonna keep on pushing, and hopefully we can get to Grafton sooner rather than later. I think I'm going to stay there for the night anyways, not to rush the whole thing, but also to check the place out and maybe go have a beer at the bar with the locals. So that'll be kind of cool. But we're just going to refuel, maybe get something to eat, grab a little bite to eat, and then we'll get right back out there onto the road. Well guys, back on the road now after a little stop, and I did go and get some finger licking good. Got to have a little bit of that on route. Look, it's not the most healthiest stuff, but it sure is good. And a little snack box just to keep me going. I'm going to find a truck stop just up the road, so I can stop and enjoy some of that, and just take a little bit of a break, and then get my head ready for the next part of the journey, which is off to Grafton. So I'll hit it from there. Let's find a little side of the road truck stop rest and enjoy a little bit of a snack. So I found a nice little spot to just stop and have a little bit of a break, and of course have a little bit of a snack. Now you hear that sound in the background, that's the cicadas that I'm always talking about in my shows. And the one thing I'm trying to get around but when I'm doing those fishing shows, they are loud. You can hear they penetrate. I don't know what they sound like on this device, but I can imagine you can just hear them. And but anyways, I'm working to try and sort of cut them out, and it seems to be getting better. But anyways, I'm going to tuck into a good meal right now and enjoy it, and we'll get back on the road. Well, what we got a little bit of chips and a burger and a piece of chicken. So that's going to be cool just to snack on. All right, she looks good. Well, you can't go wrong with the Colonel's recipe. Let's give it a go. Looks good. That tastes amazing. As I said, was just a snack. Small little burger, a little bit of chicken, and a couple of fries. That's it. And we're on our way. So that's all I needed for now. Nothing too tremendous. I'll stop later for something a little bit more elaborate. Well, that was a great little snack. And back onto the road now. Let's get some more mileage under the belt. Just noticing how things are changing a little bit as far as the vegetation is concerned. Much more cultivated lands out here, banana plantations, sugarcane, and so on. So really much more farm orientated, cultivating crops. Well, I sure know we are getting closer to Queensland. It is hot, man. It is definitely very hot outside, 36 degrees, and on the road, most certainly would be a lot hotter now. I'm hoping she holds up. I had a few little lights come on here and there, a little bit back, just checked all the fluids, everything else, and they're still good to go. I had it serviced before I came on this trip. Also put in a new radiator recently to make sure for the longer drives that we keep her cool, so she seems to be holding out there. We're 40 k's away from Grafton, so touch wood, we'll make it. What I'd like to do is in Grafton check into a motel, roadside lodge, something like that, on into the boat, and then take you all through the town and go and check it out. And I know there's the Clarence River there, and I'd like to go have a look at that. Most certainly would like to drop into one or two places in the town itself, and maybe even end up with the local community at a local pub. Why not? And go and have a beer or two with the local people. So that's what I want to hopefully get up and end up doing, and then stay overnight, and then start the track the last little bit tomorrow, which will only be a few hours. So that's the best case scenario. Hopefully that works. 40 k's to go, and we're in Grafton. Let's go. Well, in my haste traveling along the M1, I seem to have missed the turn towards Grafton side and past McLean, and I'm doing so well. I'm actually right by Yamba, and I'm now going to be crossing over the Clarence River anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue out a little bit straighter and just see what comes up as far as accommodations and so on in this area, and then we can go check in and so on, and then maybe get around and see the area a little bit. Yeah, we cross over the Clarence River right now, and that's just another part of it. We've already done the main bridge, we've just gone over it here. So yeah, things are going really good. We're progressing well, because I was hoping to stop in this area, but hey, I'm just going to keep pushing if that's the case. Everything's going really good at the minute, and coming up to Bellingen now, I'm going to have a go at see if I can find a place to stay for the night. Most certainly could do this the whole way. I just spoke to a buddy of mine, Hayden, in the Sunshine Coast. There's one section of road apparently that gets quite congested all times of the week. You know, I'm tempted to go and do it, but I really just want to have a nice arvo and kick off a little bit and enjoy, you know, what has been just a great drive so far. Really enjoyable, and give everything a bit of a break as well, and give myself a break as well. So let's see how it goes, man. This is great so far. All right, here's the turn off to Bellingen now, and I'm going to take it, and we're going to go up and see what it holds for us. There's a street called River Street. That sounds to me like it'll have some accommodation on it, so let's do that, and we'll figure something out as we get there. All in all, it's just been a superb drive so far. A lot of preparation went into this to make sure that it was all going to be ready for this trip, and so far so good. You know, always nervous though. You know, anytime you go fishing, anytime you go on long tours, you really just hope everything goes well. So touch wood, everything goes great today, and we can find some good accommodation and settle in for the evening, and then finish off the drive tomorrow. And hopefully there's some stuff to see too. So let's see how that goes. Alright guys, so here we are in Bellingen, and we found a perfect spot just near the freeway over there. Got a lovely inn called the Econo Lodge, which is relatively affordable, good rooms. I've got a place just there, and I can boat just in there, so I'm really happy about that. Even more happy, there's a sports bar and restaurant across the road, and that's going to be a cool visit. That's exactly what I need after long days of driving, just to go have a good shower and maybe pop on over there tonight. Let's see what this Econo Lodge has for us. Oh yeah, nice, look at that. So a nice big bed, clean, ceiling fan. A bit of place to do some work if I need to. Yep, that'll do. Nice little sit down tonight. Nice little standard bathroom, toilet area, very cool. Fridge, microwave, all the essentials. I won't need any of this, but cool stuff in there as well. TV, that's great. All right, guys, well, that's cool so far. So very happy about that. I know, look at me. I've been up since 4 a.m. this morning and sleeping rough, so I'm not looking like a supermodel right now, although I do look like a fisherman, so that's a cool thing. All right, guys, let's get sorted, and in 2 seconds, you'll see me at least cleaner than I am right now. And there it is, guys, that's it, and just what a cleanup that was. I needed that so badly. Old clothes off and some fresh ones on, just feeling good. Got the hairstyle out, of course, great. What's that? I look exactly the same, huh? Anyways, it is what it is, but I did find something substantial. That is the aircon system, and I need that because it's hot in this place, you know what I mean? Tomorrow morning, I think it's a better time for me to go around Bellingen. There's a reason for that. Saturday evening, there's a lot of traffic on the road. 1, 2, I've got the perfect spot out there with a car on the boat hitched for tomorrow morning, and if I move it by taking the car away from the boat, I may lose that spot. I don't want to lose that spot. So tomorrow morning, I've got to do a little flip around before we get back on the road. Let's go across the road, have some fun, and check what that's all about. Hey guys, good morning, and welcome to the second day of touring up to the Sunshine Coast. And that was Bellingen, by the way. Cool place. Got a little bit of time to watch a bit of tennis at the Action Sports place across the road. To be honest with you, not much happening in that part of the world, but nice little town anyways, and got a good rest, man. I was down at about 9:30 last night and slept all the way through, so I was tired, not so much from driving, but more from roughing it and tenting for the last 2 days. But that's okay, there's more of that to come up. Up ahead of us is Tweed Heads, and then after that we cross into the beautiful state of Queensland, and that's my new home, so looking forward to that. Apparently there's one part of the road that's pretty tough. Now, I was at the gas station just now, just getting the car sorted, gassed up, and making sure that all the fluids and that were all good for the day. Man, I just wanted to get a cup of coffee, but already the place is getting quite busy. Everyone getting their breakfast and ready before they start their drive. School starts tomorrow, so most of those people, the diehards of traveling, are all going to be cruising today. And there's one stretch of road apparently that gets quite congested, although I must say, this M1 that goes up the east coast of Australia is plain sailing, man. Really has made things really good. So it's a great road. But anyways, it may not be finished all the way up yet, but there's a part apparently that gets quite bad. So I'm trying to be ahead of everybody, although only just. And I do need a cup of coffee, which I'm going to find up ahead somewhere. Here we go, guys. Let's finish this drive and get to our destination. So this is the section of the road we were talking about that I may have had problems with, and it's just the extension of the main N1 freeway that has not been completed. So it's a bit narrow, I must say, for the boats, but getting through this now with minimal traffic is the key, I think. After this, it should be plain sailing. So there it is, guys. We just crossed into Queensland, and I'm actually up near the Surfers Paradise right now, and also where Dreamworld and all the recreational parks are. So yeah, there was a little bit of a tight spot going through that little section. Interesting because it was so tight, and it's just where the M1 freeway is still being built, and I can see why that could have been a problem, just because it was very narrow. I had a couple of trucks come in next to me, and I tell you what, it was tight, but we got through it, and at a time of the day on the Sunday morning that got me through pretty quick. I can really see how that would get congested with a lot of traffic, and it would be a nightmare. But we got through. We're in Queensland. Brisbane's next, and we're making a move. Yes, please. Well, guys, finally we're here, and I'm about 20 k's out of the Sunshine Coast now. It's been a great drive, and I've really thoroughly enjoyed it. Beautiful scenery. You know, Australia is an amazing place, and I've been all around the world with my industry and fishing and so on, and very few places that I know that just have everything in your backyard. You know, it's just incredible. Looking forward to things up ahead. There's going to be some great fishing here. I just know it. We're going to take this channel completely to another level, and I'm going to make sure we really get on top of things. You know, the fishing industry is most certainly on YouTube is a tough genre to go for, just because there's so much of it out there. So I'm going to have to be better than the rest in order to be able to sustain a successful channel, and I hope to do that. So there's up the coast, there's down the coast, there's inland. There is so much fishing to be done. Can't wait just to get out there and new places and new creeks, and just go every weekend and try a new spot out and just see what's up there, you know. That's going to be cool. Really looking forward to it. If you like what you see here, guys, and you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and I've got plenty more stuff. There's a good library of stuff already starting to build on the channel. It's about a year and a bit old now. We're over 800 subscribers. I really want to push that now and get into the monetizing part of it. That'll be really great. So everything is just going to be next level. I've got everything set up, all of the cool equipment on the boats and everything else to really take this to the top shelf of the fishing genre. So guys, please leave some comments if you have any. I'd love to answer those, and thank you all for being part of and staying in tune with this channel that I'm creating. So thumbs up from me, guys. What a great tour. I'm so excited to be here, and I'll see you guys soon on the water. Cheers.